Good morning, dear students. This is Miss Summer speaking from Province School. Actually, today we will be studying a new grammar lesson. It's gonna be under the name of past perfect. Okay, let me explain the idea of past perfect here before we start with the PowerPoint presentation. I'm going to write two examples here, and the two examples happened in the past. The first action, first of all, I'm going to have two actions. The first action here, I say, I had done my homework. Then, I called my friend. All right. So, I have the first action and the second action. What had happened first? I had done my homework. This is the first action, right? And I called my friend. This is the second action. So, the first action, it's written here in the past perfect. Had plus past participle. And you know how to get the past participle of the verb, okay? If the verb regular, I can actually add D, ED, IED. If it's irregular like the verb do, did, done, okay? This is the third column. And the second action here, as we studied it many times before, this is past simple. So, the first action, it's in the past perfect. That's why I always call the past perfect, this is the past of the past, because this is the past simple. The action that happened before the past simple, this is the past perfect. This is the idea of the past perfect, okay? Let me write some examples here. When I say, I had studied my lessons. This is the first action. Then I went out with my friends. So again, this is the second action that I went out with my friends. This is the past simple. And what's in the past of the past? This is the past perfect. I had studied my lessons. This is the past perfect. Okay? That's the idea of the past perfect, okay? So, how can I form it? The form of the past perfect, I simply write had plus past participle. And we studied before how to get the past participle of the verb. If the verb is regular, like the verb study, so the past participle, it's going to be the same as past simple. So I say study, for example, studied, right? But what if the verb is irregular? So it's going to be the third column. I have to study it as it is, like the verb do. It's going to be done, and then done. This is the form of the past perfect. Had plus past participle. Okay, this is the third conjugation of the third form of the verb. Okay, then I want to talk about the time expressions. Well, actually the time expressions of the past perfect we are going to divide it into groups. If you can remember the time expressions of the present perfect in the first term, we used to divide it into groups. That's what we're going to do with the past perfect as well. We're going to divide the time expressions into groups. Group number one, it's going to be after, as soon as. After, as soon as, okay? Both of the keywords here start with letter A. So I say after, as soon as. And group two, it's going to be before and by the time. Again, the two time expressions here we start with letter B as well. So group 1 after, as soon as, group 2 before, by the time, okay? Remember the groups very well because that's what we're going to apply on the sentences after that. So let's write the two sentences here. I had, let's say I had watched TV. This is the first action. Then I slept. This is the second action. Again, what's the past of the past? Had watched. If I want to put after here, after, and as soon as, I put the first action, which is the past perfect. So after I put the past perfect, which is the first action. I had watched TV. So I say, after I had watched TV, comma, you have to know that when I put after at the beginning, I should separate the two clauses with comma. So I say, after I had watched TV, what happened? I slept. So after I put the past perfect, which is the first action. The same happens with as soon as. I can simply say, as soon as I had watched TV, what happened? I slept. So that's why I put after and as soon as in one group. So after I had watched, as soon as I had watched. So after and as soon as, I put the past perfect after them, which is the first action. Easy? Right. If I want to put after in the middle, let's say I had read the book, and then I wrote a review about it. What happened first? I had read the book, and then I wrote a review about it. So if I want to put after, but I want to put it in the middle, whatever you put after, or as soon as, at the beginning, or in the middle, it should be followed by past perfect. What is the past perfect here? I had read the book. Okay. So I say, I wrote a review after I had read the book. This is group number 1, and I'm going to continue with the video in group 2 tomorrow.